Hello all, welcome to the Killer Flicks tag. A little late to the party. Lee from Drum Drums tagged me, amongst a myriad of others.
Giving high props to Megan Friels Johnson, the director of this film. And plus, I love seeing female directors in horror. It seems like most of the time, directing is a male-dominated occupation. So it's such a nice thing when you see female directors.
But here we go. Here is the Killer Flicks tag, as brought to you by members of Killer Flicks. Who is your favorite vampire character, performance, etc. in a killer flick? Matt Fessel. Vampire character? I mean, Gary Oldman. And he was less mid-90s Gary Oldman too, so I don't know if that's, I think that's actually worse. Mid-90s Gary Oldman's way better than anything else we've seen. Everyone! But yes, Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Number 2, what was the very first killer flick that opened your eyes to the world of horror? Mason Lake. I've said this quite a few times. It's Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter. I wasn't supposed to be watching that, but I did. And the rest is history. Number 3, what's a really standout geographical setting for a killer flick, i.e. the thing is set in Antarctica? Any you really remember and love for being so original? Jake Kulkowski. Club Dread, because it was done in a beach resort, and they've since copied that. Club Dread was kind of a mockery of horror and the irony of the whole, whatever. The beach setting of Club Dread, which has since been kind of emulated and copied and done seriously. But yes, it made it that much more funny.
Where's my penis? Where's my penis? Where's my penis?
And that boy was me!
Number 4, what killer flick are you embarrassed to say you love? Dylan Clancy. Embarrassed to say I love? Aren't they all kind of embarrassing to say you love them? Like, we're in a group isolated with fellow horror people, so there's some sort of secrecy to that to begin with. I don't know. See, I wouldn't say this 5 years ago, but since I've recently watched it as an adult, The Gate does not age well. And I don't know if I would ever watch it again. I like what 9-year-old me thinks of that movie. Less so what 30-something-year-old of me thinks. It's unfortunate. I really wish I can unwatch it in the present, because it's just, no, doesn't survive. Otherwise, I don't know. There's nothing embarrassed. There, number 5. There are a lot of killer flicks out there based on true events. Do you have a favorite? And how accurate do you think the story is? Nick Puccia? The Strangers, I want to know how close to the story is. Amityville Horror, I Live by the House. That's kind of... But yeah, I'll probably say The Strangers without knowing much about the story. I know a lot about the Amityville story, and that movie's just not that true to the reality. I mean, like Zodiac, fuck, that's pretty creepy, and that's pretty accurate, but not really a horror per se. The Strangers. The answer is going to be The Strangers. Number 6, what director would you like to see crossover franchises and make a killer flick? Example, Rob Zombie doing Friday the 13th, Cody Archer. Tom McLaughlin doing Scream, because it doesn't exist without his Jason Lives. What killer flick movie was the toughest to watch? Examples, Triangle, Inside, say Silo. I've never heard of that movie. Audition, etc. Jason Miller. Does a Serbian film count as a killer flick? Just really fucking creepy. Human Centipede didn't bother me as much as most would assume. I mean, Cannibal Holocaust was a little wince-worthy. Movies like Raw, I thoroughly desensitized to. So I guess my answer will be Cannibal Holocaust, due to the fact that it's just so old and some shit actually happens during that movie. 8. Who's your favorite killer flick final girl other than Jamie Lee? Esther Meeks. There are other final girls other than Jamie Lee. I've said this before. I think I said it in the Mother Mayhem tag. Not a whore no more, we see. But yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Yeah, thank you, please. Other than that, Tom Matthews. Which killer flick has scarred you for life? Gabrielle Caper and Lamont Smith. Pet Cemetery.
Never get out of bed again. Never get out of bed again. Never get out of bed again.
What killer flick has the most killer soundtrack? Erica Kirkenbauer? Does The Crow count as a killer flick? Scream 3. What is the single greatest kill in a killer flick? DJ Castano. Oh, the Johnny Depp Nightmare on Elm Street thing's quite creative, quite impressive. And knowing that that's all, the more you know about that story, the more impressive it is. That, you know, there was just crew members just getting doused with corn syrup. Yeah. I'm sure there's more gruesome ones, but the more extravagant ones seem to stick out with me. Number 12. What do you think the best performance is in a killer flick? Jason Smith. Best performance in a killer flick. Oh, it's not from Get Out. I would give an Oscar, if I could, to Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Would you?
What killer flick horror location would you like to visit, Justin Adams? I've been to the Amityville house, well, the actual house. I've been to the actual Nightmare on Elm Street house, the filming location, the Halloween filming location. I don't know. So the folks over at Club Voorhees, go join that group only if you're a real serious Friday the 13th fan. They had a get-together at the filming location for Jason Lives, the campgrounds there, which I couldn't make it. Trust me when I tell you I wanted to. But hopefully they do something like that again. Steven, give me a little bit more time and a little bit more ability to get on my feet, and I will gladly come back. But that's probably number 1. Good old Forest Green. 14. Are there any killers from a killer flick that you sympathize with? I don't know why that's the Deborah Voorhees question. P.S. guys, Deborah Voorhees is a lot more than just that chick who dies in Friday the 13th Part 5. She was in a bunch of 80s television shows. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was on an episode of Dallas, showing my age a little bit. But yeah, good question, Deborah, and thanks for being a good sport in my Friday the 13th 6 video. I mean, Pamela Voorhees, easy. I don't, what took me so long? Yeah, because she's so pissed off about her son. She has a need to run vengeance. I don't know, is that a good answer? I feel like some of these I've said 75 times over in different videos or just in life, but there it is, the 14 Killer Flicks Tag people answers. If you'd like to take part, by all means, consider yourself tagged. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and have yourself a day. Just a plain old day. I was gonna say something else, but just have a day.